Hi, Eric Gibaud, Gibaud.com, and today we're going to speak about the situation of photography in 2021, a war of egocentrism. Let's start. Every time I treat a subject like this, some haters straight away attack me. So you don't have to think like I think. You are free to think the way you want. I will just tell my opinion, and it's just a video to invite everyone to have some kind of reflection, some thoughts about what I'm going to say. And you're free to think different. The only thing I ask is some respect. Otherwise, well, you don't have to watch the video fully anyway. Okay, so let's carry on. Well, I made this video because yesterday or the day before yesterday, the iPhone 13 came out, especially the 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max, and also the GoPro 10 and other gear that allow many people to access easily to photography. I don't say cheap, sometimes it is, sometimes not, but they have direct access to photography. And when this happened, many people start to say that this new technology are killing photography. I don't agree with that. Photography never had such good health as now. Photographer, maybe not, but photography, yes. So the problem is because some people have an ego problem. And when they see this come making pictures easier, okay, that just killed the ego. So let's look at it. By the way, the sound is a bit different today because I forgot a small cable to connect my microphone to my iPhone. I'm recording directly with the front microphone on my iPhone 12 Pro Max, and that really comes great for the introduction of this video. It proves that with a bare minimum gear, you can record some content for YouTube, but you can make many things. And when you think about it, like 20 years ago, I would have needed a lighting engineer, a sound engineer, or a technician, and a gear that would cost a lot more than this. Maybe the quality would be better. I'm not speaking about quality, I speak about the fact that I can create content. I can create video you can look at. And also, same thing with photography. When people say, yeah, because of new technology, photography is dying, videography is dying, that's not true. It's never been so easy to create a picture or a video. I'm not speaking about quality, I'm speaking about creating, that's it. Creating content, that's it. So I understand that professionals are worried about their profession because some years ago you would have needed a technician, an expert to do things for you, and now there are many things you can do yourself. Is the quality as good? Probably not. Sometimes yes, but the fact is the quality is probably enough. So for many people this is a good solution. So I understand that pro are really worried, thinking that their job is going to disappear, and instead of thinking of what's really happening. Their profession maybe is disappearing, but the fact that photography is disappearing is not true. You're getting more and more pictures, more and more video. So photography has never had such a good health since everyone can click and make a picture. That's it. So every time people start to realize that there are more and more photos around, and it's every time easier to make picture, the first thing they say, yeah, but the quality of photography is getting worse and worse every day. And why do you care? It's not your problem. I don't understand this attitude. I mean, what does it affect you if your neighbor is publishing pictures that are bad on social networks? So what is your problem? Because he has as much success as you have. And this is an ego problem then. It's not a photography problem. So really, people seem to forget that we have always made about 99% of shit pictures, mine included. But before, you would have a film cartridge, a 120C film cartridge, and a really basic camera, like my first camera. I've got a link here, I presented it. And the important was the souvenir, or you see the Eiffel Tower, make a picture, more or less it's framed and that's it, you see it and that's it. Or a birthday and you see that your family is there. You didn't really care about if it was properly exposed, you didn't care if it was properly framed. You would see the important was your family was on that picture and that's it. And these 99% of shit pictures were never shown to anyone but the family or friends, and that's it. But nowadays, people make a picture with a smartphone, and they upload this picture, these bad pictures, to social networks, and they get applause. They get people congratulate them, and this bothers many purists who feel like, yeah, but this picture are shit, and he publishes them, and so what? The important is that your pictures are good. That's important. So if for you the big problem is that people are clapping these bad pictures and not yours, this is not a photography problem. This is an ego problem. Okay? Then you have professional photographers, and they always say the same thing: is this is killing the business. This is killing everything. I just ask them. I'll ask you. I don't know if you're a professional or not. I ask you. Last year or the year before, have you gone to a craft shop where you can buy some building material or whatever, and when at home you do yourself some changes, whatever, or you paint or whatever? And have you done that? Why didn't you contract a professional to do it? Whether a carpenter, a painter, whatever. Why did you do it yourself? Because you're taking the job out of these people. Okay? I guess you have a computer and you actually write down your letters or whatever you have to do. You write it down yourself. Why don't you contract the scribe, like the Egyptian? Or don't you contract a secretary that write shorthands and then type everything? No, because you have a computer. You don't need to do that. Yeah, but they've lost their profession. They've lost their job. It's not your problem, because this happened many years ago when more and more computers were here, and now you do it yourself. But then it's not a problem for you that this job disappeared because of technology, but this is a problem that yours is disappearing. And you still use things that make others' job disappear. So this is being selfish. You want to save your job, but you don't agree to save others' job, okay? I'm sure you've been to the supermarket and you have this self-cash where you pass the product yourself and you don't speak to anyone, and then you pay yourself. Do you realize that this machine is actually taking away like 3 jobs? So 3 people are out of work because of this machine you're using, and you don't complain that this machine is not smiling. You don't complain that these people are losing their job. You're not even complaining the way the machine treated you, that you have to pass everything yourself and still pay the same price. That was no problem. But yes, it's a problem when you have a wedding with 50 guests that actually make pictures themselves with a smartphone. This is a problem because this touches your job, and then this is a big problem for you. So this is not a photography problem. This is being selfish. You cannot, on one hand, criticize people who do that, and on the other hand, do the same thing with other professions. So the problem is that in photography and videography, probably only the best photographers and videographers will survive. All the rest will disappear. And maybe you're worried not to be one of these best photographers. Neither I am, okay? So that's probably the problem. So we've just seen the professional side, but there's also the amateur side. And I don't say that amateur is better than professional or worse. I don't speak about quality. The professional is charging for his work, and an amateur is not. But you have some good professional and bad professional, and then you have good amateur photographer and bad amateur photographer. It's nothing to do with it, okay? But you see that among the amateur, there is also an ego war, with several fronts, okay? The Russian side and the Atlantic side, all this, okay? It looks like a Second World War, okay? So you listen to them or you read them on Facebook groups, and you see the debating on which sensor is better size normally, or which brand is their brand is better than the one you use, all this, or they speak about I shoot only manual mode and he doesn't, so he's not as good, all this. Many stupid things. They're debating stupid things most of the time. Or I do too. I do debate sometimes many stupid things. Maybe this one is one, okay? But really, you see that they forget the most important thing. This is the photography. Show me your photo so I can decide, or I can have my opinion. Doesn't mean this is what my this is the truth, but this is my opinion. I don't like your photo, or you don't like my photo, but not because I've got such camera or such friend or whatever. You look at pictures, so you see that photography is like being pushed away, where the photograph itself is pushed away, and they're debating something that has to do with ego. Who has the better camera, the best manual mode, or best whatever, and this is stupid. So this is in 2021 still, and more an ego problem more than a photography problem. So I don't think photography is dying. I think the attitude of some people are killing photography. Photography is not dying. There are more and more people making pictures. There are more and more pictures every day, more and more photos every day. So it's not dying. For me, the important is not if pictures are good or bad. The important is that people enjoy making the picture, enjoy watching, seeing the picture afterwards. I think this is the best part. And actually, sometimes people send me pictures to have my opinion and say, what do you think? Is it good, bad picture? How could I better it? So I always ask, what do you want to know exactly? What do you need from me? And unless I really ask me my opinion, I never give my opinion about the quality of the picture. I can give my opinion on YouTube, but I don't oblige anyone to enter my channel and watch a video. But if you publish your picture in a Facebook or any social networks, you're not necessarily asking me to give my opinion. Maybe you just want to show it because you're happy about your picture. And I think it's a lack of education to comment picture when you're not invited to do so. To put positive, that's fine, but negative, I don't have any right to do that. Unless the person asks me, please comment my picture, tell your opinion, even if it's negative. Then I will try to help giving my opinion so he can better. But for me, the important is he enjoys making this picture. Why? Because maybe that person has a life that is really sad, not great, big problem at home or at work. And maybe this picture is making is his moment of freedom, his moment of happiness. So if I start slashing the picture, saying this is wrong, this is bad, this is that, maybe this person will stop having this small fun inside this need of making picture. It will probably get disgusted, or then it won't be that happy to make pictures anymore, not that motivated. So with my comment, I'm killing his hobby, his fun, his moment of freedom with photography. So I normally don't comment, because for me it's very important that people enjoy what they're doing. Unless they ask me, I don't give my opinion, okay? Because even if the picture is really bad, unless the person attacks me, so I will attack back, okay? But otherwise, I don't have that need to give my opinion. Now, if we speak about profession, obviously, it's always really sad when a profession is disappearing. It's always sad, any profession. But if you ask, for example, horse cars drivers, like I don't know, like 100 years ago or more, when they started to see cars appearing, that was probably a drama for them, okay? But they did adapt themselves, and some became taxi drivers with engine, okay, gas engine, and not just horse cars, okay? And they actually adapt themselves. So when I look at some photographers, really their ego was so high, they really thought themselves as god of photography. You cannot do anything without a photographer, okay? And I see like press photographers where some newspaper dismissed all their photographers and gave iPhone to their writers, journalists. It was a big drama. And they say, yeah, but now the pictures are really bad, all this. And I always ask, but what are these pictures these guys are making, these writers are making? Yeah, for example, there's a car crash, they make a couple of pictures, and they make the picture. Yes, but when they publish in the newspaper, what's written next to the picture? Yeah, like 3-4 lines saying there was an accident, and they explain it, and that's it. And then I think, yeah, but these 3-4 lines, if this writer learn how to make this picture to frame more or less properly, and that would be fine to publish for a few hours on the internet, why didn't you learn in these 5-10 years you saw this coming, how to write yourself these 3-4 lines that describes the picture? You could have spoken to your boss and said, don't fire me, I am a photographer, but I can also write these small sentences you put next to your picture and explain basically what happened there. Maybe you would have saved your job. But many photographers had the ego so high, they thought that they were like the person you cannot do without, that they thought that photographer would be a job forever. But every profession changes or disappears, and that's it. It's sad, but this is the way it is. So maybe many of these people who had the ego that was really high now is down to the floor because they realize that many people can do what they were doing, and this really hurts them. So to conclude, well, I think the most important thing is to enjoy making pictures. Obviously, if you can make money with it, maybe it's great, but otherwise, anyway, enjoy, and let's stop these wars, these ego trips and all this. Important is enjoying what we're doing. Okay, so I hope I didn't offended you. This was not my intention. Sometimes I speak really harsh, okay, or direct, and I hope you didn't get offended, or I didn't offend anyone. But I think this is a topic that is interesting anyway to think about it. So I hope you like this video. If you feel it may interest other people, please share it on social networks. If you have not done it yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's a small button down here and also a small bell. If you click on the bell, you will get notified when I upload a new video. My website, gibaud.com. If you have any question, you can leave a comment below. Also leave you links of my gear on Amazon, links to all the products I've reviewed by K&F Concept and Sandmark, and also a link to my PayPal account in case you wanted to make a donation. Please take care of yourself and see you soon. Bye.